Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Green Life Garden Home DIY channel. So I hope you guys are living your best sovereign life, meaning I hope that you are learning how to become more and more independent as you possibly can, because that is something that is so vitally important, especially in the season that we are in. So those of you that are out there that know that you are chosen and you are supposed to be on a mission, I pray that you are moving forward in that and that you are being wise about everything that you do, about who's a part of your life, the people that you have in your circle. Um, you know, Walking alone sometimes is not the worst thing in the world, especially if it means not being connected to something that's going to not benefit your life or to hinder you from accomplishing your goals or the things that you know that you are supposed to be doing in this season and time. Um, Keep in mind as well that everyone is not out to get you, you know. um, but there are a few select people that, you know, they see that you have an important work to do, and yeah, they will seek you out sometimes. But not everyone is out to get you. So learn how to discern who's for you, who's not for you, so that you don't find yourself caught up in a web, spinning your wheels and wasting time with folk that are trying to drag you down. Um, of course, there are those that would rather see the whole ship go down than to see you being the one in control of it. And it's a shame, you know, that someone, again, I'll say there are people who would rather see the whole ship go down than to see you selling it, because, and even if they're on it, they don't care. There's some people out there that literally have nothing, or they feel they have nothing to lose, so they don't mind sinking your ship and going down with it. That's just how it is. So just make sure that you are being mindful of the company that you are keeping in this season. If you are on a mission to accomplish certain things in life, you know, sometimes we just got to get rid of the extra weight. I mean, people hang around for different reasons. And, it's um, not that they are trying to hurt you sometimes, but, you know, you get the gist of it. So I kind of left off on my last video. We were talking about the 12 immutable laws of the universe. And if you haven't seen that video already, go check it out. I'll try to make sure that I link it here. And you could probably look up and find it, or they'll reference it somehow to what we're talking about. But when we talk about the laws of the universe, I see people that actually get scared and act like you're talking about something that isn't godly. And, you know, look, the universe is something that we live in. And I'm sorry that we have not learned more about it in grade school. But and in some places probably do teach it, but I know the school I came through, I don't remember being taught much about it. And, when you hear people talk about it, you think about outer space and just, your mind quickly go to these shows that we watched on TV as young children. Outer space and just all of these other, I can't even think of the names of some of them right now. I'm sure some of you just calling them off the top of your head. But, you have people that think somehow you are moving away from the things of God when you start talking about the universe. I mean, literally, I've heard people have a problem with you saying things pertaining to the universe. I mean, anyway, I am that type person. I do respect what people believe. I do not try to tamper with people's belief systems. Um, Not every teaching is for everyone, you know. And when I come across things that's not for me, my mama told us to eat the meat, spit out the bones, and keep it moving. And you know, believing, is a great thing. It's great, but knowing is even greater. And it's a difference between believing something and knowing something. When you believe something, you're pretty much just hoping that that particular thing will happen or has happened. But when you know something, that is something that is based on facts, factual evidence. Don't get it twisted. All of these things are uh, interconnected. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to jump back into what I was talking about. I kind of left off saying some things about um, talking about the kingdom, and one of the things that I want to say concerning the kingdom is that we have the keys to the kingdom. You have some people that may uh, uh, have the keys, say, of the kingdom, but we have the keys to the kingdom. And so there has been so much knowledge that has been hidden, you know, even our memories, seemingly have been scrubbed of um, things that we should know, and it's like a lot of those things are starting to be revealed now, internally, coming back to us. And because you remember the scripture says that we have no need that any man should even teach us, because we have a spirit in us that is able to bring all things back to our remembrance. And I could see how certain things are starting to wake up within, the people in the earth. And, so understand that there's a lot of hidden knowledge out there that has began to surface. And, even with that, you have to still somewhat be able to interpret what is being presented to you. So a lot of these things are in plain sight, and what better way to hide something than to hide it in plain sight? Because the average person would think that it's somewhere, out of sight, out of mind, somewhere. We just, when it's sitting right there, sometimes I've found myself even looking for my glasses, and you got them on. Like, where is? Are they sitting right there on top of your head? Just. But yeah, so these things, some of them, some of it has been hidden in plain sight. A lot of it has been manipulated. It's been distorted, and so much to the point that we cannot recognize truth when we see it, and even hear it sometimes if you've been manipulated enough. But one thing I will say about truth, because you already have that internal instinct that has been given to you, a lot of times when you hear truth, you'll recognize it, because it has a tendency to resonate with you when you hear it. It's like you just know it. It's like it connects. When I say resonate, it connects with something in you. It's like, I've never read that, but that seems like, that's something that I know to be true. And always, seek the truth, seek understanding, But with all you're getting, make sure that you're getting an understanding. So, these people that are trying to take the keys away, or those forces that are trying to take the keys away, um, they may have some access to those keys, but you have been given the power to actually activate with those keys, and to bring some things into manifestation, into fruition. Whereas, those forces, they may have just enough access to uh, try to hinder your move from being able to manifest these things, but they cannot um, they cannot do what you can do with those keys, because again, we have been given the keys to the kingdom, and they have not. So you have to be really careful when you're dealing with these type people, because they will connect themselves to you if they know you have something, um, such as the keys to the kingdom. They will hold on to you and try to make their way in, you know, by way of you, and of course, they'll keep you from it if you allow them. Scripture does speak of, you had those that was locking the kingdom away from people, and this is what has happened to us, in a sense, with this information that is surfacing, year after year, that, and it's some that has been, I think, gosh, been surfaced for over some 50, some 100 years, that we still are just getting around to knowing about it. So, be careful who you're letting connect themselves to you. When people know that you have something of that magnitude, that important, um, of course they're going to hang around and do whatever they can to keep you from experiencing the fullness thereof, concerning that thing. So I really was just blown away when I began to find out that there were other books, of the Bible, and some people, they don't want to hear that, but these books were left out of the Bible. Actually, they were found, I believe it was 1945, in an ancient tomb over in Egypt. You got people that are over there excavating in Egypt all the time and finding things, artifacts, and scrolls, and just stuff that we didn't even know existed. And some of these things are still hidden. We still have some information that has been kept from us, that has been put away in places that eventually will be revealed. And we have a great idea of where a lot of this information is, and it will surface. Trust me when I tell you. So, around 1945, they found several writings, books that were left out. And the reason these books were left out, from what I have researched and found, is because some of them spoke too much truth. Some of them spoke, when I say too much truth, I'm talking about secrets and things that rulers and those that wanted to be in control over people during that time did not want the people to know, because that would have put us on a level playing field. You always got somebody that wants to be the head, that wants to be the leader, that wants to be in charge. And so, I just found the book of Thomas to be really, really interesting to me, because it's talking a lot about, the thoughts and the mind, and I found the book of Philip to be very interesting to me, the book of Mary Magdalene to be very interesting. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You know, and the book of Thomas, what made it so special is because those were um, the words that were supposedly uh, words spoken of Jesus. And, you know, um, there's more books than that have been discovered. There's more things that are not known than known. You've got some books in the Bible that certain things were left out. Um, I think they found a page that was missing from the book of Peter. Um, you know, they found with Peter stating that Jesus didn't even die. You know, and they've got different things showing where I think it was the book of John that was talking about the scripture that talks about ask and ye shall receive, and it kind of, you know, left out how to go about doing certain things to get certain manifestations. Um, just very, very vital information. And now this is documents that was, you know, written in a whole nother language on these scrolls and things that you can go look this stuff up for yourself. I mean, it's not a secret anymore. I mean, you just have to go and look for it. And you can find a lot of it in the Nag Hammadi library. And yeah, it'll lead you to quite a bit in their archives and things of that nature. So yeah, it was just so amazing, some of the things that I was finding. And a lot of this really, uh, these books were left out, or shall I say Constantine, during that time, that particular leader was the one that they basically got together and decided what they were going to keep and what they weren't going to keep. I'm not trying to say that the scriptures were not given from God. I'm not trying to say that what you have in your King James version, I'm not trying to say that's not of God. None of that. I'm just trying to say that there, you know, there's other pages and books that have been left out that was inspired, men was inspired by God to write as well. And so, um, yeah, just do your homework, do your research. I think for too long we have sat around and just depended on somebody to spoon feed us things from the Bible and have not taken the time to go and search and seek these things out for ourselves. Honestly speaking, I would say, okay, so my camera ran out of time. I had to go grab a different one. Hopefully I can get all this information put back together again. So I've kind of lost my thought where I was at. But anyway, we were talking about the missing books and pages out of some of the books and things like that of the Bible. And let's see, it basically came down to just, you know, decisions that was made by man, what they wanted to put in there and what they wanted to keep out. Because, of course, even now today, you got people that want to be in control. They can know a certain thing or a certain way of going about something, and if it's not going to benefit them, pad their pockets or whatever you want to call it, then they're not going to tell you, you know, how things are supposed to be concerning that. So, you know, you have people that are unaware even that, you know, with the Catholic Church, that the Pope, when they pray, you know, he's facing a black Madonna, the Black Madonna they call it, which is a sculpture of Mary and Jesus, and Mary's black, Jesus is black, and she's holding him. And this is not to add to or take away from anybody's religion, because like I said, I respect all, because I know that regardless of what people think, everybody has something that is true to offer. It's just that people have walked away with the bits and pieces that they've gathered from their cultures and you know their interpretations of the Bible and religion. And so one of the things that I would like to say, and you could take it for what it's worth, a lot of things that we have came into the knowledge of did come out of Egypt, from what history is pointing to. And one of the books that I really love that will help you to understand the whole story of the Bible is called The Nile Contributions to Civilization. It is written by a well-renowned author by the name of, I call him Dr. Anthony T. Browder. And he's been to Egypt, oh man, so many times. I done lost count of how many times he's been there. But he has a tremendous amount of information that you can get concerning that subject, surrounding the Bible and the text and all of this other stuff. And then there's other people out there that will help to even break it down further, that will tell you, you have to understand also that the Bible is an analogy, and some of the things that we think are literal and physical are really not. They are spiritual. And there's stories that are being told to help you understand and see a bigger picture, but I'll leave that to your interpretation. One other person that really breaks it down is I've seen a pastor by the name of I don't even know if he's considers himself pastor, but Dr. Ray Hagen, I believe his name is. There is so many John Henrik Clark, oh my goodness, Francis Welsing, what's his name? Diop. I forget, Dr. something Diop. But y'all, I hate to even start calling out names, because there's so much information out there from such great writers and historians and people that you probably never heard of, that could really help you to understand a lot about the Bible, the origin, and all of that other good stuff. And so, but yeah, do try to find out a valid contribution to civilization. I think that will help you to understand quite a few things. I'm going to be honest with you, as far as the Bible is concerned. Yes, I read the Bible. I believe there are things in there that we should know. And but at the end of the day, we have to understand that life is about energy. Life is about vibration. Life is about frequency. And those are three things that you really should be focused on. Okay, so I lost connection again. But anyway, I was talking about energy, frequency, and vibration. And I was saying that a lot of that information is attributed to, contributed to, what was it, Nikola Tesla. But, you got some people that kind of fight against that that information may have, been information that, he was given and just kind of passed on as his own. I mean, listen, I am just really just trying to do my own research, get the information that I need to make sure that I'm living my best life, to make sure I'm walking in truth as much as I can. Again, I respect anybody's belief system, their walk of faith, because they're walking in their truth, and it's like amazes me when people feel like it's okay for them to walk in their truth, but they dare anybody else to walk in theirs. As long as whatever you're doing is not a crime against humanity, as long as you're doing whatever you're doing in love and in peace, and you're just seeking truth and you're trying to understand some things, I have nothing but love for you. I take nothing from you, and I'm not trying to push anything on you. I'm just basically sharing information that I have, and some things that is my truth. And so I'm gonna leave it right there, and hope that you take a moment out to go and check these things out for yourself that I have spoken of on today. And again, I'm not trying to add to or take anything away from what you believe is truth. You got to understand that yes, we have our Bible, we have our 66 books that, again, I just told you or tried to explain to you how those books came about. And for us to sit here and think that man would not try to add or leave out something in the book, it's like, to me, I can't see that not being something that man would not do, because we know how man is. And again, that has nothing to do with the fact that the scriptures were given to men by God. I'm not taking away from that by any means. What I'm saying is, I just don't believe that we had people that was walking so upright and honest during that time that they printed the Bible, the King James Version, as well as all the other versions. It is what it is. I mean, you got several different versions out there. I could go and create Green Life Gardening Home DIY version of the Bible. It's like, we just have to really stop for a minute, think for yourself, and take some things into consideration before just throwing out everything. So, yeah, I am going to go ahead and end this right here. Hopefully I could tie these bits and pieces together where I was being cut off. And I will see you on our next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And stay well, stay healthy, stay focused. All right? One love.